Hello, folks. This is Joe from MIGeekScene. I'm at the Michigan Renaissance Festival with anime voice actress Tia Ballard. So I want to say that's my claim to fame or shame, depending on how you look at it. First person to interview a voice actress at a Ren Fair.
Claim to shame.
Claim to shame. Well, before this interview had started, I had noticed that you were placed in the stockade and you had to do the confession on stage. How'd that go?
Yes, that went great, except my traveling buddy sold me out, got me put in jail, and I did them as well. But it doesn't count when I do it. You're not supposed to do it back to me.
Not at all.
No,
Well,
I didn't like that.
Since you are an anime voice actress, and this is pretty much what we're going to be we won't be talking about anime for the majority of this interview, but my question to you is, what was your first exposure to anime? Not as a voice actress, but as a fan.
We are at a Ren Fair.
We are at a Ren Fair.
So my first exposure to anime came from going to a convention in Dallas. I just heard that people got together that like cartoons. And I said, oh, that sounds like fun. So I went, and that's where I had my first exposure, was Wall Scrolls. And I saw one of Triella from Gunslinger Girl, and I fell in love with that character just by her look. I was like, yeah, I need to watch this. I need to get into this. And that led me to want to pursue it. So go somewhere for vacation and change your life.
And yes, and you also attended the Disney College, is that correct?
That's right, Disney College program. That was back in 2006. Yeah, that helped me also shape my future.
Well, because I heard that you're pretty much a slave to the program when you enrolled into it. Like, you worked at the place, but then you paid money to go to rent and whatnot.
You have to stay in the Disney dorms while you're there. So you work in the park and you stay in their dorms as well. It was an amazing experience. I recommend it to anybody, especially when you're just coming out of high school and don't really know what you want to do and you want to get away from your parents for a while. It's lovely. It kind of teaches you some responsibility.
All right, well, speaking of Disney, why is The Great Mouse Detective one of your favorites?
Because it is the most brilliant telling of Sherlock Holmes. So there are all these different interpretations of Sherlock, and having read the books, I think that The Great Mouse Detective is the most accurate portrayal of Sherlock. So it's wonderful. And oh my gosh, who played Ratigan? Oh my gosh, I blanked.
Sorry,
He's so brilliant.
I saw it once, and I think I saw the sequel, Down Under.
When people watch this, they're going to be so mad at me if I'm just blanking. I see his face.
I can just imagine right now, as people are potentially watching this, angry keyboardists are typing it out and huffing and puffing over it. Oh, she didn't know what he was. Take back her Disney card.
I do. Well, okay. It's pop quiz time. Who plays Ratigan in Great Mouse Detective, everybody?
And feel free to answer that for a prize. Disclaimer, there is no prize. Well, all right, as we're continuing on, we're going to just ask some random questions about you.
It's Vincent Price.
Was it Vincent Price? Yes. Of the spooky and macabre?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're back on track.
And his telling of Lenore?
Yes.
Was pretty good.
Yes.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Yes, okay. I knew it was in there somewhere.
All right, well, I'm going to segue into random questions about you. People are like, why aren't you talking about anime and video games? Well, we will talk about video games a little bit later. Spoiler. But at the same time, you get asked questions about anime at anime cons all the time. We're not at an anime con. We're at a Ren Fair.
We are at a Ren Fair.
So no, I'm not going to ask Ren Fair questions outside of the fact that, from what I understand, since you told me, you go to the Texas Ren Fair.
Yes. So this is my first Ren Fair outside of my home state, and it's really been entertaining. I'm really enjoying it.
Be sure to check out Dead Bob if you haven't seen him.
Dead Bob. Okay.
I can point to.
Please do.
His direct.
I don't want to miss anything.
Or Christoph the Insulter too. So, well, I don't know how.
I don't know if I want.
I don't know how good your
insulter.
constitution is for that sort of thing, but nonetheless, favorite '90s TV shows.
Favorite '90s TV show. See, if I watch them all now, my opinion will probably change. But back in the day, Ren and Stimpy was my jam. Every Saturday night on Snick, and every Sunday morning when the new episodes debuted on Nickelodeon. That was my show.
That show was ahead of its time. There's no way that show could be released today.
Oh my goodness, I watch it now and think, I can't believe I watched this. I can't believe they got away with it. It's brilliant.
What about The Adventures of Pete and Pete?
Yes, used to watch that as well. The one show I wasn't a huge fan of that everybody else seems to be a huge fan of, Doug and Hey Arnold, were not. I know. I get that all the time.
No, actually, I interviewed once the voice actor of Doug, Billy West.
Oh, well, the voice actors are amazing. And the show is amazing. It just, at the time when it was airing, wasn't my cup of tea. I was more into the wacky and zany.
Oh, so you didn't like Skeeter?
And Pork Chop.
Pork Chop. Oh, my God. And Doug's neighbor was very expensive.
Oh, my gosh, I forgot about him.
That's all he said. Very expensive. Douglas. I know that's a horrible impression.
About that. That's funny.
And Roger Klotz. Okay, funny.
Oh, see, I like Roger.
Sorry, Billy West. I know I'm butchering your voice acting. So
I always liked Roger. I like the big, like, I'm wearing a leather jacket, but I've got feelings on the inside.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and he was always worried about being embarrassed. My goodness. Well, you also are into video games.
I am.
Favorite Mario game?
My favorite Mario game is Paper Mario. So everybody I know played Mario RPG back when it came out, and that was their, like, crowning glory. Well, Paper Mario was my first RPG, so that's my Mario RPG. Oh, that game. Oh, gives me chills talking about it. I love it so much.
I enjoyed Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's Island is very good.
It blew my mind when I first played that. I was like, the graphics on it, and no, I'm not like, graphics. I was like, wow, I like the art direction for this game. This is just amazing.
Oh.
Except for the screaming baby. That just was annoying. But
The screaming, you mean Mario?
Yes. Well, all right, no, I can go one further. Like, yes, this is super nerdy and geeky. Yoshi's Island for the DS, you could have Baby Peach, Baby Kong, and Baby Bowser.
And Donkey Kong and Wario, too, right?
Well, I said Baby Kong.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said something
this
else.
is like so awkward. Oh.
Oh,
No.
what?
Yes, and there was Baby Wario, so yes. But the original one for the Super Nintendo, I thoroughly enjoyed that game. So.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to playing the new Paper Mario? I think the name of the game is Color Splash.
Yes, I am. Any Paper Mario games I'd love to play. I'm actually behind. I skipped one. I didn't play Mario 1,000 Year Door yet, and I hear that one's really good. So that's my next on the list.
What about the crossover one with the Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario?
Oh, yeah. I haven't played it, but I watched it on YouTube. I cheated. I watched the playthrough because I just wanted to see the story.
Well, you also did we'll get back to more video games. You also did a webcomic on Mario called Coto Pasta.
Yes.
What is that about?
Okay. Coto Pasta is a Mario-based comic that I had done with my best friend. She did the art. I did the writing. It was way back in the day. So if I look at it now, I'm like, oh, gosh. No. But
It wasn't a bad comic. I read the whole thing.
aw, it was only like 10 pages.
It was 24. Yes, I go super nerdy with like...
Oh my gosh. Well, it's funny that you mention it, though. I'm in the process of rebooting it right now. And so it's going to be coming out probably next year. It's going to have its debut. And I'm really, really pumped. I'm really, really excited. And it's just a project that's dear to my heart. So I can't wait.
No, I think it's awesome that you're doing your own thing and creating a webcomic.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm glad that Nintendo is not... Since it is a homage, Nintendo isn't knocking down your door.
No, and I'm not trying to make any money off of it or anything. It's just because I have so much love for these characters, and I want to see them explored. And so hopefully I can get to do that in a way that's unique and fun for everybody.
But you said you're rebooting it. Are you going to start the story all over again, or are you going to add on from...
I'll either start the story all over again, or I think I'm gonna start the story at a different point in time.
Ooh.
So everything is gonna be retconned. Where I was going with the story is gonna continue, but it's gonna be completely rebooted.
Okay. Since you love Sonic the Hedgehog so much, have you by chance checked out the Sonic for Hire series on Machinima?
Yes, I've seen Sonic for Hire.
It's so messed up, but I love it.
It is very messed up, very naughty. I do love Sonic. I love Sonic so much. Sonic has a comic as well. FYI, my favorite character is Scourge. Bring Scourge back. I'm a huge my own Sonic fan. What?
Oh, she has a tiara now.
Have I been crowned?
Oh, she has been crowned.
Finally.
Yes. Yes. Speaking of crown, we'll do an awkward segue. I don't care. The guy was the king of ventriloquism for quite some time. Yes, you like that?
That was very flawless.
I try. You are a fan of I have to read this. Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. Please tell me about your love.
So I love ventriloquist dummies. I love the art of ventriloquism. I know it's a wacky thing. People don't understand it. They think it's weird or whatever, but it's such a beautiful art form, and it's almost lost nowadays. And Edgar Bergen really originated. Charlie McCarthy was a ventriloquist dummy, and he was the first one that had this well-rounded character. And back in the day, in the 1930s, he was bigger than Mickey Mouse, and that's saying something. So
I recently, because
40s.
I saw that you liked Charlie McCarthy, I looked it up, and I watched the one where he went to the optometrist.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like...
I used to... On my way to work, when I started as a voice actor, I used to listen to their old radio show to get me pumped to go into work. He had a ventriloquist with a radio show. Can you imagine? How does that work?
I have no idea.
Well, it worked really well because he was very popular.
As of late, the most popular ventriloquist today is Jeff Dunham. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Jeff Dunham is very popular.
That's all we're going to say about that. That's really all I want to say about that. I mean, if you want to add to that, feel free to do so. But
my favorite right now is David Strassman, when he is active in, I believe, I don't know where he is, like New Zealand area, like that area. It's really funny. His character is Chuck Wood, and it's like he's almost a direct descendant of Charlie McCarthy. He's absolutely beautiful and naughty. So if you check him out, curse words, be aware. You know, just in case you get a ventriloquist interest up your rear or something, just like on a whim, you're like, I'm going to look all this up.
All right. Since you were working on a webcomic, you also do drawing yourself.
Yes.
Artistic influences.
Anybody who actually practices art is my artistic influence, because I get so busy and caught up with life that it's so easy to neglect something you love so much. So anybody who's actually picking up a pencil and drawing, you're my artistic influence.
Excellent. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
And one of the things I noticed about you when I was doing research on you, you are overwhelmingly positive, and you it's not a bad thing, especially today with a lot of negativity and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say I wasn't going to ask this is difficult for you, but has anyone ever came up to you at cons and you know what, thank you for saying the things that you do? Because I noticed that about you, and I have to applaud you for that.
I was like, what?
Yes, no, I'm not yeah.
Pat my knuckles for
I'm
you.
patting my knuckles. Yeah, yes.
In your honor.
Yes, I have to applaud you for that. But have you had any positive feedback because of you constantly promoting positivity and whatnot?
Oh, well, I have people that come up to me and they say thank you, and they say that they're trying to remain positive and stuff. And it's beautiful. It's a cycle of joy, and I love that. And of course, I don't live every day happy-go-lucky and bouncing off the walls. I'm not just she's got, she was born with some magical quality that I don't have. I know that when you go online, you're putting out things out there for the world to see. So why not put something joyful out there, something happy? And that's what I try to keep going, because who needs the negativity? It's everywhere else. Why would I want it on my page?
I hear you, and that's why I run a positive geek culture website.
Yeah,
None
you
of that
totally get it.
Nerdier than thou stuff oh, you like anime, huh? Well,
yeah.
I like this show.
Let's just love each other.
Hang out and have fun.
Uh-huh.
And if you can't get along, well, just go your separate ways. Don't talk smack.
Yep.
And have fun with that.
You don't have to get along with everybody, and it's not your responsibility to make anybody else a better person. FYI, food for thought.
And I never even thought about that, but that's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we're wrapping this up, what is it that you can that you're working on that you can talk about?
Oh goodness.
I know.
It changes all the time. Okay, let me think. Oh, Puzzles and Dragons is airing right now. It's broadcast. I'm gonna pretend you didn't drop that.
I wasn't even gonna say anything.
I needed to buy some time.
I wasn't even going to say anything. Thanks a lot.
Any of the broadcast dubs that are airing right now on Funimation.com, that's what's going on. I was in Street Fighter earlier this year.
As who? I'm sorry, I didn't do.
Let's talk more about what you dropped. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at remembering names, obviously.
That didn't happen. That question, just ignore it.
Yeah. Focus on the
Jazz
positivity. I never know what I can talk about because it changes all the time. But just know that I'm working, and that's awesome.
Well, spoiler, folks. She will be Happy the Cat on.
Yes.
Fairy Tale. Okay.
I'm Happy the Cat. There we go.
Yes,
I can talk about that.
she will be Happy the Cat. And if people wanted to find you online, where could they find you?
They could find me at Facebook. I have a group called Tia Ballard. Art, Voice, Love. That's my fan group on Facebook. My Twitter is Tia Tooney. And I also have an Instagram at Tia Ballard. And Tom, you know what? I'm on all of them. Just look up my name on Google. I'm everywhere.
And final question as we're wrapping this up.
Okay.
What would you like to say to your fans throughout the years?
Aw, that's so sweet.
Well, I do that for everyone.
That's a very nice thing to say. Take care of yourself. Don't forget, while you're loving the world, don't forget to love yourself and take time for you because you deserve it and you're wonderful. And I'm so grateful.
Well, once again, more positive affirmation. Wasn't that a show on wasn't that a skit on SNL?
What? Positive
affirmation with Stuart Smalley?
Was that the I'm good enough,
I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Sometimes that's all you need. So just tell yourself that.
Well, folks, this is Joe from MIGeekScene with Tia Ballard at the Michigan Renaissance Festival. Take it easy.
Thanks, guys. Bye.